Hi. All right, so far you've looked at several examples of multi-genre projects, and you've thought about what they have, right? And you've thought about some of the characteristics of a multi-genre project. And so just like we talked about in class the other day, one of the things that makes a multi-genre project really different than other kinds of writing is how it's focused on a slice. So just like we talked about in class, how Cinderella was our multi-genre project was focused on the single slice, this moment of the Cinderella story. We have to think about that for our own multi-genre projects. And so the best way that I know how to do that is through a topic tree. And so in your writer's notebook, go ahead and label this topic tree. And when I think about my own topics, I think about it in terms of, I saw a colleague do this, and she had this really great idea. She drew a tree in her notebook, just like this, a topic tree. And she had students think about the kinds of topics in their life. So I'm going to use a topic that relates to like a personal topic, and then you can think about how it might relate to field. And we'll kind of think through that too. But let's say that I want to write about the spring break vacation that we had last year. Well, we went to Florida and we went to SeaWorld. So in the middle of this topic tree, I'm going to write SeaWorld because that's the big topic, right? So SeaWorld's the big topic. And we had this great trip to SeaWorld, and even that is kind of huge because we had a couple of days in SeaWorld. And so I want to think about some of the branches of that topic. So one of the branches is that we actually went to this place called Discovery Cove, where you get to swim with the dolphins and have like a one-on-one kind of encounter. So I'm going to make that one of my branches. Another branch is that we got to go see all like these animal shows when we were there. And so that's like another kind of slice of this trip that we took to SeaWorld. Another piece of it is the roller coasters. So I hate roller coasters, but Greg, my husband, and my kids love riding roller coasters. So I'm going to put that as a slice as well. And then there's also kind of the slice, I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary Blackfish, but I felt a lot of guilt being at SeaWorld. So I could also sort of write about some of that. So these are some of the branches that go off of the SeaWorld. And so when I think about it, each of my branch could be its own multi-genre project, right? Whereas if I wrote about SeaWorld and all of these things, it's going to jump around a lot and feel really disjointed. But if I just focus on one of these branches, it's going to give me a whole lot more focus. And then I can start to think about how, okay, so I'm kind of intrigued by this idea of Discovery Cove. I could write a diary entry. I could see doing that. I could write some kind of like letter in some kind of way, like back to them. I could write maybe a poem about the experience. So suddenly I can start to kind of like sketch out some of my possibilities. The same thing is true if I think about teaching. So if I do a topic tree, like you were going to do, about field experience, and in the middle of this tree, I'm going to write field experience. What are going to be the kind of branches, right? And so I want you to think about what are the possibilities that might go on the branches of your topic tree. And then once you have those branches filled out, kind of start to sketch like what are some of those genres that you could write in. So let's say, for example, one of your topic trees is literature, right? And you could start to think about some possibilities. Maybe another topic is just second bell. Maybe that's like an especially intriguing bell, right? Maybe another tree is something that's unrelated to academics, and it's more about like a case study of a student, right? Or a couple of students. Or maybe there's some kind of like like a social construct happening that you're noticing in school. So you could start to sketch out these different topic possibilities and some of the genres that might go with them. And I just want you to try it out and see what you come up with. You might surprise yourself with some of the topics. All right, so try this out and then sketch out one or maybe even two possible topic trees around field experience and get thinking about that. All right, great. I can't wait to see what you come up with.